Hi, welcome to Romania, to all of you. Now, have you ever heard something about our country? What did you know about us?
Well, we were just in Oslo a couple of nights ago at the World Music Festival, and we met a group there. I'm going to say this completely incorrectly, but Taraf da Hajduk, the gypsy musicians. I think they're from Romania, right? So we met those guys. That's our first in-person introduction before we came here. But otherwise, a lot of it's new, probably, for many of us. We're really glad to be able to see it firsthand, though. So
Yeah, it's beautiful. We came in the airport yesterday, and we were so pleasantly surprised to see all of the beautiful parks and the architecture here, and we're just really excited to be here and actually learn about Romania firsthand.
Yeah, it's as we mentioned, it is our first time, and it's something about being called to a place for a reason unknown that really has a wonderful mystery to it, and so I feel like we're living out our mysteries.
Now, before you started singing, you were a pharmacist. When was the moment and what triggered that thing in you to become a poet, a musician?
I feel like I was evolving into that direction at an early age. However, in 2005, there was a moment that I had on an airplane that gave me a lightning bolt of awareness that I needed to become more deliberate with my priorities with music. And so that was when the shift happened, when the real shift happened. My airplane was struck by lightning, and the pilot was fighting with the plane, and one of our engines was out. We were going down, and I was holding a stranger's hand, and we were screaming and crying. And I really thought it was all over, and I was thinking about my future, of what it could have been. And it was a very traumatizing experience in 2005, but it woke me up because it gave me a true awareness that every day is not promised, and that I am here for a reason. And I started to seek out the active part of that reason, and it really bloomed into the music that I began to legitimately, intentionally create for our survival. So it's true. It's a true lightning bolt that hit me.
Let's talk about this formula. How did you meet the guys? And then I want to know from you guys, what do you love most about?
Nice, yeah. The formula with these guys is years in the making. It's me taking journeys to different areas of the country. In our case, it was Hawaii that we connected in a very meaningful way in 2008, where we realized that our voices is a very important harmony. And it was in California that Jason and I in 2010 realized that our access to rhythm can be significant when played together. And then with David Franz, who also lives in California, we recognized that when we came 100% with the music from his portion, because he's a multi-instrumentalist, he's a producer, he wrote the first 3 books on Pro Tools for the home studio. So he's just been very accomplished. So when he comes with his 100%, and when I come with my 100%, there's no above and below. It's just 2 human beings having a true connection. And that is what's responsible for the music. And that's a very special experience to share and to be on tour in this circumstance. And with Andy Bergman, we are both, locals to Boston.
Oh.
And so when my very first show that I played in Boston, when I was like, okay, I'm going to get a band together and I'm going to start doing this, I was already doing my poetry full time, and me and my brother, we met Andy Bergman, and who was just such a free spirit with his instrument. And I wanted to work with him, and I said, I hope that we can work together. And throughout the years, we've been coming and going in different directions, different bands, different life. But to be able to say yes to this journey, this past year, traveling with him in Europe has been really an incredible incredible addition to the formula, because you are correct. It is a formula. It's a magic formula, but we've been writing about the experience, and we can actually explain and express this experience very, very eloquently. And so it's very nice to have an audience and to be able to do it with friends.
Yes. Now, from you guys, what do you love most about yoga?
Oh, it's an endless list, so I don't know if you want me to get into that all
I have
right
time.
now. But I love her accessibility within life, as well as within the music and the songs. But the accessibility to be able to connect, the way her and I connect vocally is something I haven't found anywhere else, and I think we both have an understanding of that. So it's really nice. Sometimes we'll hit some harmonies that were unintended, that come out of nowhere, but we both do it at the same time. And I love when that happens. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Well, my name is Jason, and Iyeoka, as you all know, is from Nigeria, and I went to school in Africa, and we share a deep appreciation for so many different kinds of music, but I think that we try to always bring in some of the roots of African music and the rhythms into our performance, and Iyeoka is just an incredible, one of the most talented people I've ever met in so many capacities, and a component of this tour is also the Amenewa Foundation, which Iyeoka is the spokesperson for, and it's been really wonderful to be behind the Amenewa Foundation as part of this tour and spreading their message, which is an educational message, and the Lyrics for Literacy project. So the list goes on, but Iyeoka, it's just really an honor to work with her and to tour with all these guys who we've all really had a great time. It's been an amazing journey.
Yeah, I mean, if I was just going to pick one thing to highlight, I would say the thing I really like about working with Iyeoka is that it's like she's always giving 100%, even if it's just a rehearsal, at someone's house, or if there's one person in the room, or if it's it doesn't matter what the situation is. Every time it's like your heart's in it, and that makes me want to do the same thing. So, and that's not something that you can just find from everybody. So it's just something I've noticed really early. Like, I want to keep working with her.
Should I go?
Yes.
The day Iyeoka and I met was through a mutual friend, Francis Fan, and he brought us together. And the very first day we were in my studio, and we came up with the song This Time Around, which is such a powerful song for me and for her. And to have that level of connection right from the very beginning is what drew me into it and what drew her into it, I think, and it has continued every day since we've been working together. And it's that, to me, that makes me want to be here and continue this journey.
Thank you. That was very beautiful. Now, you are traveling a lot. Do you ever listen to traditional music from the countries where you go to concert?
Yes, absolutely. Me and Brian were just talking about Moonlight
What was her name?
Moonlight
Yes.
Breakfast, and he was introducing that to me from this place, and we were in Bulgaria this summer, and the artist that preceded us was such a beautiful, just beautiful, strong woman, and very beautiful music, just something that I actually had never heard before. It's like an electro...
It's electro swing.
Yeah, electro swing, like
Yes.
very soulful
I think
though.
her name was Desi. I think Desislava.
Yeah, we are influenced. We truly are influenced by these countries we're going to and the people that are crossing our paths.
Oh, what about the two on the street the other night? There's this maybe like a 7-year-old boy and his father. He was playing the fiddle and his father was playing accordion, and it was incredible. Yeah, really nice stuff.
We keep encountering moments like that of people being themselves in the context of music, and so yes, it's influencing us, which is wonderful.
Speaking about the album that you are promoting, what would you say that are the main themes which you approached on this album?
Yeah, so the latest album is called Say Yes, and absolutely I would say that the theme takes you through a journey, which is why it begins with the Yellowbrick Road song, and it gives the listener encouragement that anything is possible. So it sort of unlocks the fear you know, it just unlocks the stress or the not wanting to move. It encourages you to move. And then it continues on a story of knowing that this is the right time that we're in and being able to celebrate each other, celebrating the fact that, you know, millionaire isn't always monetary. Sometimes it's something else. You know, we all have connection with these different stories that are in each of these songs. And a lot of it has relationship advice, which is, you know, empower yourself. Remember the true love that is in you, and find a way to celebrate that as many times as possible. And so all of the messages in the song, including a poem called I Travel Home, which is a poem I wrote for my native country, Nigeria. And it is a poem that reminds you, and it will remind everyone in their own way and in their own experience, to appreciate home and to appreciate your cultural influences and find ways of, you know, getting to that place, even if you can't get to that place physically. So, you know, the whole thing is about the journey, a safe journey.
Safe journey. Now, have you ever visited Nigeria?
Yeah, my family is, I have my family there still.
Oh, so
my,
they are still there?
Yes.
I've read that you were born in U.S.
I am. I was born in the United States. Three of my siblings was born in the United States. But my father and mother moved back to Nigeria. They relocated back there 15 years ago. So my family is continuing to grow, and I travel there at least once a year to visit my family and my parents.
How is the experience, the differences between Nigeria and the United States? How do you take everything?
Well, you know, when I'm in Nigeria, I don't take anything for granted. I don't take for granted the electricity when it's on. I don't take for granted the clean water that I drink, because clean water is like gold, you know, it's like rare. I don't take for granted my safety, you know. There's so much that you have to pay attention to when you're in the motherland. And so every time I go, have a wonderful experience and come back, I know that I'm supposed to be here sharing my experiences of hope. And, you know, I believe that this is probably a good time to talk to you guys about this, you know, because there's so much struggle happening in many parts of the country, including Nigeria. And so, you know, when I see things on the news and when I read things in the paper, it influences what I write. And so I'm hoping that the things I write will help to reflect healing for all the difficult challenges that are happening in many of our countries right now.
Yes, I know what you're saying. Now, I'd like each of you to tell me from their point of view, what is the essence, the message that you are trying to give to people through your music and through this project?
Sure. Yeah. I think music is an incredible way to move messages, and I think, me personally, I like to influence people to find joy, you know, to find those moments where they forget everything else that bothers them, and they let it all in. Yeah.
Well, my messages are all embedded in my poems, where I would hope to move people one poem at a time. And so, honestly, I'm a very authentic spirit, and so the music that I sing is because my voice is allowing me to sing them. And so I'm hoping to find other people like us, and this audience has been really incredible for us. And so it really is an honor for me to be speaking with you today.
Thank you.
Well, Iyeoka wrote a song, 365 Days to Change, a journey to be amazing. And I think for me, the music and the touring is about that. It's every day is a new day to, you know, to commit yourself to living your life to the fullest. And we do that with our music. We like to spread magic, and, you know, music really is a magical source to inspire people and to celebrate life. And so I think that's what I would say about your question.
Yeah, a lot of good things you guys said. Yeah, you know, with this music, I think, you know, there's a lot of really great lyrical content that people can connect to. And even if somehow you don't speak the language, and if you can't connect to that, you know, there's, you know, as a musician, as an instrumentalist, I'm trying to bring, you know, just sound and music and, you know, that element. I mean, if it's just the groove, if it's just the sound, you know, I listen to music from all over the world. I don't always understand what they're saying. Maybe I look into it and I learn later. But, you know, it lets people connect anywhere in the world just by enjoying the music. And so I just try to play the best that I can to make that happen.
Yeah, for our live shows, we obviously want people to really embrace the energy that we're putting out there. But for the record, since I produced it, I tried to put so many different layers that warrant multiple listens for getting deep into the music, so you can figure out Iyeoka's words and you can read them in the CD, and then you can listen to on multiple levels to the rhythms, to the instruments, and really dig into the soul of the record.
Thank you very much, and I'm very glad that you are in Romania and with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.